Imagine this. You're a scientist scanning the night sky with a radio telescope, looking for patterns in the endless static of space. Suddenly, a narrow-band radio signal bursts through the noise, a perfect frequency, lasting 72 seconds and then nothing. Gone. No trace, no repeat. That was in 1977, the infamous WOW signal. Now fast forward to 2023. A new signal, eerily similar, has been detected, and this time, we may actually know where it came from. This is the story of the WOW 2.0 signal, the mysterious broadcast from space that has scientists both electrified and terrified. Are we on the verge of proving we're not alone? Or is it just another anomaly destined to be forgotten about? Let's talk about that. To understand the significance of the new signal, we need to go back nearly 50 years. It was August 15th, 1977, and Jerry Eyman, a volunteer with the SETI project, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, was reviewing printouts from the Big Ear Radio Telescope at Ohio State University. And then, he saw it. A 6EQUJ5. That string of letters and numbers might look meaningless to most. It does to me. But to Eyman, it meant one thing. A very strong, narrow-banded radio signal. Right in the frequency range SETI had been looking for. Not noise, not random, but deliberate. He circled the signal in red pen and wrote a single word next to it. Wow. That's where the name comes from. But what makes it so special? First, the frequency. It was centered around 1420 megahertz, the hydrogen line. That's the frequency emitted by neutral hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. SETI researchers believe that if aliens are trying to get our attention, they might use a universal constant like hydrogen as their carrier wave. Second, the strength. The signal wasn't just detectable, it was blaringly strong. A clear peak, increasing and fading exactly as the signal would as Earth's rotation moved the telescope past the source. Third, the duration. 72 seconds. That's exactly how long the Big Ear could listen to a point in the sky before rotating away. It's like they knew. But here's the big kicker. It never repeated. Ever. Despite follow-up scans in the days, weeks, and decades, the WOW signal has never been detected again. It was a cosmic one-hit wonder. And so, it became the most tantalizing maybe in the history of SETI. Now let's fast forward. In early 2023, researchers affiliated with the SETI Institute detected a new signal. It came from the same general region of the sky near the constellation Sagittarius, and shared several characteristics with the original WOW signal. Frequency, roughly the same 1420 megahertz. Strength, notably above background noise. Duration, just under a minute. And just like before, it vanished. Gone. Some called it WOW 2.0. Others were more cautious, labeling it a WOW-like signal. But one thing was clear, this wasn't ordinary cosmic noise. What made the discovery even more intriguing was the presence of an exoplanet in the vicinity. One planet in particular. 2-mass 1928 plus 35b. It had already been flagged as potentially habitable. Could it be a coincidence? Was this a natural signal bouncing off an alien world? Or was it something being broadcasted? Immediately, SETI researchers launched a follow-up. They trained more telescopes on the coordinates, they ran the signal through multiple filters to rule out Earth-based interference, and most critically, they looked for a repeat. So far, nothing. But the story doesn't end there. To understand what makes these signals so mysterious, we have to talk a little science. Let's start with radio astronomy. Space, believe it or not, is incredibly noisy. Stars, black holes, quasars, and even planets emit radiation across a vast spectrum. Sifting through that noise is like trying to hear a whisper in a stadium during a concert. That's where signal-to-noise ratio comes in. The WOW signal had a peak strength of about 30 times the background noise, an enormous anomaly. The WOW 2.0 signal? Eerily similar. Then there's a frequency. 1420 megahertz isn't just any frequency, it's actually a protected band. No human transmissions are legally allowed to operate there because it's critical for astronomy. So when a strong signal pops up at that frequency, it's unlikely to be a satellite or Earth-based source. Researchers also analyzed the Doppler shift, the change in frequency as the source moves relative to the Earth. A signal from space should also drift slightly. Both the WOW and WOW 2.0 signals showed signs of this shift. Now here's the mind bender. Some research believe this intelligent life would intentionally use the hydrogen line to communicate. They know we'd be listening there. It's like placing a beacon on a cosmic highway. So when a signal pops up at the exact spot, you have to ask, did they put it there for us to hear it? With all this buzz, you might wonder, why isn't this front page news? Why is everybody talking about it? And this is where things kind of get murky. NASA's been unusually quiet. While the WOW signal has always been a topic of academic curiosity, WOW 2.0 hasn't gotten the same level of public attention. Some suggest it's because the government doesn't want to jump to conclusions. Others believe there's a pattern of suppressing discoveries that could cause public panic or distract from terrestrial priorities. But the CD Institute, Breakthrough Listen, and other organizations have released some data, just not all of it. And how come? One option, funding. Releasing a signal without hard proof could discredit the entire program. If they say this might be aliens and it turns out to be a satellite glitch, a military test, or some other thing, they might damage their reputation, budget, and that could be catastrophic. Another possibility, they just don't know what it is. And admitting that raises uncomfortable questions about how prepared we really are for potential first contact. Some speculate that this isn't the first time, that other anomalies, signals, and other things have popped up and been quietly ignored or classified. Then there's the fringe crowd. People who believe this is just another piece of long-running cover-up, Area 51, UAP disclosures, congressional hearings, they see a pattern forming. But whether you believe the conspiracy theories or not, there's one thing for sure. Something sent this message, and we heard it. Now let's ask the big question. What if the WOW 2.0 signal is real? What if an alien civilization sent it? What would happen next? There's actually protocols for this, written decades ago. It's called the Declaration of Principles Concerning Activities Following the Detection of Extraterrestrial Intelligence. An absolute mouthful. Drafted by the International Academy of Astronautics, here's the outlined steps. 1. Verify the signal. 2. Inform the global scientific community. 3. Inform the public. 4. Avoid responding until an international consensus is reached. But here's the scary part. None of those protocols are binding. There's no enforcement mechanism. If a private company detected and decoded an alien message, they wouldn't technically be violating any laws by responding. And what would you say if you were the first voice Earth sent back? Hello? Don't eat us? Sorry. However, even more haunting, what if the signal wasn't meant for us? What if we just intercepted an alien civilization talking to another one? Suddenly, we're not just eavesdropping, we're caught in that crossfire. The WOW signal remains one of the greatest mysteries in astronomy. And now, the emergence of WOW 2.0 gives us a second chance, an echo across decades that might hint at something more. Whether it's intelligent life, cosmic coincidence, or natural phenomenon we don't yet understand. It's a reminder of just how little we know about the universe. Somewhere out there, among the 100 billion stars in the Milky Way alone, a voice may be calling out. And for a fleeting moment, we might have heard it. So what do you think? Was it aliens? A glitch? Something far stranger? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into mysteries of space, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the mission, because curiosity never sleeps.